Hey guys, welcome to the Vanity Mirror. Today's video is going to be my Boxycharm unboxing. The first Boxycharm in 2018. I have seen, I think, one video of what is in here, so there's nothing on my face if some of the stuff that I thought was in here. Not that I think is in here. So we're gonna just go through this together, do a little try on, and talk about the products that are in the box this month. Acha-cha. Opening up the box first, the theme this year is rock and roll soul. I love that theme. I think that's really cute. And I really like the art on this card this year. That is so cool. It looks like kind of like a graffitied wall with this like marquee, or that's not a marquee. What is that? Lights. So the very first thing in the box is this right here. This is the Luminizer Primer from Dr. Brandt, Pores No More, for all skin types. So it's a primer for flawless skin and filling your pores. So why don't we go ahead and start with that. Okay, it's kind of like a light skin tone color. It smells like citrusy, like rosemary. And it's kind of thick feeling on the skin. You know what the smell reminds me of? The Aveda. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the Aveda brand shampoo and conditioner that's like rosemary, I think. I think it's rosemary. And it definitely has like little itty bitty shininess to it. Like there's little glitters throughout the primer. So I don't really see it filling my pores necessarily, but it does like feel nice on the skin. And I do feel like my skin looks a little smoother where I've used it. So that's good. So that was the first thing in the box, and the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Illuminizing Primer is worth $38. There we go. Which is already $17 more than you pay for the box. So I've decided I'm gonna go through it and show you everything that it comes in it, and then we'll go ahead and complete the face. So this next thing is this Glam Metals from Crown brushes. Yeah, I saw this in someone else's video. So here is what the palette looks like. It has a guitar for a mirror, which I think is actually really cute. I love guitars, I love music, so I'm into that. And there is mostly shimmery shades. There's like a satiny brown shade in the corner, and then there is this black, matte black shade up here in the upper corner, but the rest are all like shimmery. Why don't I go ahead and swatch all of these for you guys, and I'll tell you what their names are when they're swatching my arm. Okay, and the colors you see from left to right are Punk, Wild Thing, Black Metal, Rock On, Rebel, Heavy Metal, The Wicked, Glam Rock, and Pop Rock. So with the way these swatched, I'm not a fan of the black, actually. It's just it was very patchy. When I first like streaked it on, it was like kind of chunky and powdery, but I like some of the shimmers a lot. I think they're really, really pretty. They're decently pigmented, so I'm excited to give this palette a try, but I am gonna have to mix it with, I think, a more matte palette because there's not a whole lot of mattes going on in here, but this is a great shimmer palette to have on hand for lots of different shades of shimmer. One other gripe I think I have about it so far is that Punk and Heavy Metal, which are this one and this one here, swatched on my arm, they look barely different. So this palette is worth $25. Next in the box we have this right here, and this is from Pure Cosmetics, and this is the Bronze and Brighten palette. If I end up liking this, this is really cool because there is in this palette a blush, highlight, and a bronzer. So if I like it, it could be a really good thing to travel with because it's all right there for you, right in one container. Oh my gosh, that blush. She pigmented. Oh my goodness, there's the highlight. That is, by the way, if my fingers look dirty, it's from swatching the eyeshadow. You want to go in a light hand with these because what I thought would be a nice light swatch ended up being absolutely insane. And then the bronzer, really pretty, but I don't know if I'm going to dig that as bronzer. We shall see. Let's see what else is in the box. Next we have this It Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil. Universal Taupe is the shade in the box. So it comes with a spoolie on one end. So I actually really like the packaging. it feels really nice. It's like a metal, and it just, I don't know, there's something about it that just feels sturdy, and it feels good. It's a thick round end. You're not going to be able to see that whatsoever. It's kind of like a thick oval or like almost teardrop end. I like more precise pencils, but we will see how that goes. And the last thing in my Boxycharm is this right here. Oh, I haven't been telling you prices. I'm really bad at that. Like literally every month, I forget about that. The Pure Bronze and Brighten palette is worth $34, and the brow pencil is worth $24. The last thing in the box is this Girlactic matte lip paint. I've never tried Girlactic before, so I'm really, really excited to actually finally try this brand, and I got it in the shade Posh. Now that we have opened everything in the box, let me tell you the price altogether. As far as I can tell, it's $144 for the entire box, which is a really, really good price. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation and everything off of camera, and then we will come back and do this palette, and then everything else should be in about the order that I would do it in. So I will be right back. Alrighty, you guys ready to see how this stuff performs on the face? Let's do it. Okay, I've done a tiny bit of contouring before going in with the bronzer, but I'm going to go into this palette now. The Pure Bronze and Brighten palette. From what I could tell when I was swatching these, I need to go in with a very, very light hand or it's going to get crazy up in here. So I'm just going to lightly dip my brush in it. As sparkly on the skin as it looks in the pan. Well, it doesn't look sparkly in the pan. It looks like a very, very high satin finish. And on the cheek, it's not coming across that way as much. So I actually don't mind this bronzer too much. It might be slightly dark for me personally, but I still do actually kind of like the way it's blending. I like the way it's looking on my skin. I like that it doesn't look super, super shiny on the skin, despite the fact that it looks super, super shiny in the pan. All right, so next I'm gonna go into the blush, which is this shade right here. That, when I swatch it on my hand, I mean, it's that shade, that pink shade on my hand. So intense. I'm a little scared. Okay, I actually kind of like how that is looking. It's coming across more like peach on my cheeks. It might be a little intense for me for blush, but it's still, it does look nice, and as long as you go in with a light hand, it really isn't too bad. So now I'm going to go into the highlighter, which also was super intense. Not as intense as you would think it would be from how you swatched it. I'm going to start by going in with Golden Oak, actually Tempera, from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and just kind of put that mostly in the crease. I'm going to go into the shade Warm Taupe in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to put that all over the crease. Okay, I think I'm going to deepen the outer corners a little bit with a color from the Rock Your Look, Glam Metals palette here, and I think I'm gonna do this one down here because it's also kind of more of a satiny shade. It's not a matte, but I think it'll look pretty good in that on the outer corner. What I'm noticing is it's very pigmented actually. I thought that it wasn't getting very much on my brush, but it ended up being actually kind of a lot on my brush. Okay, this is turning out to be darker than I meant it to be, but that's fine. You know, how often do you go in to do a makeup look and it ends up being way more dramatic than you were expecting? Probably pretty often. I kind of want to go really contrasting and try out Pop Rock on the lid, which is a really it's kind of almost a silvery color, but it has like a touch of gold in it. So I'm gonna try that on the lid, and I think it's gonna be really pretty, but I think I'm gonna get my brush wet. I'm going to try my finger and just see how that looks. I definitely think it gets more intense with a wet brush than it does with just your finger. And now I'm going back into this one right here, which is the Wicked, just to like blend in a little bit. And the last thing I would like to do is deepen things a little bit more even. The last thing I want to do on the upper lids anyway, by taking Black Metal, which is the black one, at the very top here, right on the outer V, just to like deepen things up even more. Wow. that looks bad. Why does that look so bad? Could be operator problems, but I feel like it's just maybe packs more of a punch than you expect it to. Okay, so it took a little bit of work, but I blended it out a little bit. It just looked so bad when I first put it in there. And on the lower lash line, I'm gonna take a mixture of Warm Taupe from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Actually, I'm gonna put that on first, kind of wildly all over the place. And then I'm going to take that color, the Wicked, which is what went on the outer corners before the black color. This look turned out way more intense than I meant to, and it's also just not my favorite look I've ever done. I don't know if it's the eyeshadows part or if I'm just off today. It happens to everybody if that is what's going on here. Seriously, we all are off sometimes. But that's all I'm going to do with the eyeshadow, and I'm going to line my lower lash line with a black eyeliner. Okay, and now I'm going to put on some mascara. Mascara definitely helped, and probably lashes would make this look even better because it's so dramatic. But let's go on to the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil in the shade Universal Taupe. I'm gonna go ahead and shave, I almost said shave through my eyebrows. That would be the worst. Doing one brow, I noticed it was kind of difficult. Like I felt like I was pressing to get the pigment off of the brush, and you know, my eyebrow looks fine, but it's a little lighter than I usually go, but I actually kind of like it. This might be better for more natural days actually, because I usually like a darker colored brow, but this looks really nice and looks really natural, and I'm wondering if this would be good for natural makeup days. The last product, finally, I feel like I've been filming for like 3 hours. This Galactic Beauty Matte Lip Paint in the shade Posh. I really like this color. It's kind of got a terracotta look to it, and it's just a good like a muted brick red color, and I really like it. I really like the formula. I really liked how it felt going on. And it's pretty comfortable. You might want to let it dry all the way, because as I squeeze my lips together, not 100% dry, it looks like it got a little patchy in a couple places. All right, I'm gonna zoom you out and we're gonna say goodbye. Well, you guys, there you have it. That is everything I got in my Boxycharm this month. Tried on the face. Boom, boom. So I think my favorite thing was probably the lip product. I didn't have a good experience with the eyeshadow palette. I didn't have a good experience using it. It was hard to blend for me. When I put color on there, it just kind of like plopped on there and was really hard to blend out, basically. And I actually really like how my blush, bronzer, and highlight turned out too. So really this box was totally a win. I enjoyed it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the Vanity Mirror. Please subscribe by hitting the tempting red button right down there. Wrapping up my video, and I will see you later. So why don't we see what's in here? Okay, so the very first Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.